Hello everyone! In this video, we will be talking about a documentary called He Named Me Malala.
Born in July 12, 1997, Malala or Malala Yousafzai is a young female activist who spoke out for the rights of education for women. She is born in Pakistan, specifically in Mingora, Swat Valley. The documentary tells the story of Malala after she was shot in a school bus by the Taliban in October 2012, along with her two friends, Kainat and Shazia. Who are the Taliban? The Taliban, who refer to themselves as the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, are a Sunni Islamic fundamentalist political movement and military organization. The organization primarily operates in Afghanistan and Pakistan, led by Mullah Fazlullah. Furthermore, about the civil war in Syria, Fazlullah announced that after 15th January, from the oldest to youngest, not one single girl should go to school. And if they are caught studying, they will be killed. There were about 400 schools destroyed in one night by the Taliban. Because of this, the government decided to take military action against the Taliban, and this caused many families to leave their homes in Swat Valley in order to avoid the war and survive. In the documentary, Malala visited the Syrian refugee base camp. She saw hundreds of Syrian refugees carrying their things to the border between Syria and Jordan, along with their little children who are out of school due to the war and the Taliban's opposition on women's education that results in many school destructions. There was a scene where Malala asked a mother of a young 6-year-old daughter about her education, and the mother said that her daughter's school was destroyed and her daughter couldn't continue on her education.
Education in Syria. Thousands of students in Syria aren't receiving appropriate level of education due to the ongoing civil war happening. This has led to a large decline of education knowledge and an increase in children being forced to join armed forces without them having the proper training or knowledge of guns. This has also created around 3 million children across the nations being displaced from their education, as schools and universities were destroyed into oblivion. In the left picture, this shows a single child soldier firing shots at ISIS forces in Mosul, Syria. In the right picture, this shows the traumatic experience on children's after their city/town was destroyed. And here this shows the teaching condition in Syria. The war have displaced thousands of children that many international education organizations are trying to help them by setting camp settlements for children to get their proper education. But this has resulted in classrooms having a higher number of students capacity. Teachers are now forced to teach 40 to 80 students in a displaced classroom rather than the normal average student capacity of 20 students. In the left picture, this shows a foreign international teacher teaching in a classroom full of young children in a displaced settlement. While in the right picture, this shows the tight living environment of the displaced settlement where the young children are packedly tied together in groups. Do you agree that education is a critical issue that should be addressed first? In my opinion, yes, it is. Yes, education is a top priority in the country's agendas after the Syrian war is concluded. It is a top priority for the government to reinstate education. back as it is key for young, brilliant children to improve the country's economy, political situation, infrastructure, technology, and the quality of life in the near future. Education empowers people to transform life better, and this gives hope and confidence and knowledge for students to escape from living in poverty. Education would also be the foundation for a more peaceful and sustainable future environment, as by influencing student behaviors, this could make them into a better person showing respect and tolerance to other human beings. With all this being stated, this will indefinitely prevent violence and war in the near future, all thanks to education.
Malala once said that the terrorists thought they would change my aim and stop my ambitions. But nothing changed in my life except this. Weakness, fear, and hopelessness died. Strength, power, and courage was born. The reason why we found this quote really inspiring is because she made her fear into her strength. And she uses her strength to share her amazing
I tell my
story
story
to inspire more people
not
around the
because it
world.
is unique, but because it is
After
not.
the
I'm
accident
not a lone
happened,
voice.
her voice
I am
becomes
many.
even stronger, and she used that to
I am
encourage more
Malala,
people.
but I'm also
She uses
Shanta.
her voice
I'm
not only
Kairat.
to change
I'm
people's
Kairat
mindset,
Sopro.
but
I am
also their
Mosul.
actions.
I am Amina.
This quote shows
I
how
am those
strong she is
66
and how she
million
turns
girls
her fear
who are
and
deprived of
trauma into
education.
something even more useful and life changing.
Prince EA. Now, who is Prince EA? You may know him, and for those of you who don't, Prince EA, also known as Richard Williams, is most widely known from his motivational and inspirational speeches on YouTube, which amassed millions of views. So, he posts these types of videos every once a week or so, which can last up about to an average time of 3 to 4 minutes. Now, in these videos, he will talk about world issues such as the education system in schools, global warming, equality, and many more. In the video, Prince EA talks the issues in the form of a speech, which makes it ever more entertaining to watch. His choice of words, vocabulary, is used very well. He is vocal and not monotonous, so you don't click off of his video once he begins talking. Now, this is one of the quotes that he made. It is said that the greatest tragedy in life is not that people aim too high and miss, it's that people aim too low and hit. Now, like Malala, Prince EA talks about change in the world. In one of his videos, he talks about how unforgiving and cruel the education system is. Like most of his speeches, he delivers his points smoothly and accordingly. However, Prince EA was not his former self when he was younger, as he used to promote violence and killing, which goes against the principles he's now trying to convey. But of course, over the years, he has changed for the good. Now, a little fact about Prince EA that little people know is that he actually used to be a singer slash rapper a few years back. He did this for entertainment purposes only. However, this was the time when he was criticized for promoting violence and murders in his songs, which some people, including artists, did not approve of. He received awards and nominees for his music, but later his music career ended by early 2011. After he stopped his music career, he began doing what he is doing currently in this time, making speeches and inspiring many people like myself. Once, he had spread misinformation in one of his videos, but later apologized for the misleading information in another video which cleared the air. This shows that he knows when he is wrong and admits to his faults instead of shifting the blame. This apology is why he is highly respected by the community. as he blamed himself for the accident that he committed.